Another day, another Star Wars outfit. Good versus evil. There's good in us and there's bad. This video is going to be several months worth of beauty and lifestyle favorites. So September, October, and November. Myself, just how I prefer to really test a product out, really see is it something I constantly am reaching for, but also I notice if something new comes in or if I'm going to be decluttering, I start comparing that product to this favorite. And that's how I know, okay, this is truly something I'm just like, you can't go nowhere. So that's really what this video is going to focus on. I'm going to start with some lifestyle. First is a deodorant that is new to me. I'm finally on this kick and I am not leaving. This is Dove's Dry Spray Invisible, 48 hours, you know it always says that on the front. No white marks, 100 colors, clear finish. A friend of mine told me about this Dove spray, and what sealed the deal is she said that when she goes to the gym that she doesn't have the white ball marks underneath her arms like when she's lifting, just nothing transfers onto her clothes. And I will sometimes have that with the sheer deodorant, even though I get the one that is like allegedly invisible. So she said she switched to this. She's been using this for a few years and she said she'll never be without it. So I picked it up and she was right. Best deodorant, other than Sure, I've ever tried. Now, deodorant is personal, I guess, to each body because it's just depending on how your body is going to react to it. So mine keeps me dry, or how my body reacts to the Dove is it keeps me dry. I don't have any type of transfer whatsoever on any clothing. And what's good is even after I shave under my arms, I can put this on and there's no irritation, there's no, burn feeling, nothing. She got me hooked on this and I'm never looking back. Now the second one is if you have a child watching, I'm only giving you this disclaimer because, if you're a parent, I want to be respectful. So if you don't want to hear about tampons, send the kid out the room. But I have to share this. I have to share, That's how I feel. I think I found the tampons of life. Why did it take me this long to find them? I don't know. But they're here now. This is the CVS brand compared to Tampax Pearl Unscented Super Plus. Now, I like the one that says Super Plus. I always buy Super Plus for any type of protection, especially when I leave the house. This is what makes this tampon the best, okay? I have seen this tampon the entire, put it this way, anything that you see here that is white, with the exception of the cord, is saturated. Saturated. It gets everything up. Think about like taking a biscuit and sop it around in some, sauce. It gets every bit of liquid up. This thing is just full. It absorbs that well, with the exception of the string. So I have been able to not only go overnight, I have been able to go almost a full day of being gone out of the house, forgetting that I had, oh, you didn't grab one, stick it in your purse. That's how I found out how darn good it was. And no leakage at all. I was impressed. Then what I started to do was I would put a very thin panty liner. Oops, I'm always dropping something in the video. A very thin panty liner on my underwear, but I would use this as protection. One time I had it where it was just like, really, the Red Sea. Party on the Red Sea. And, what was I going with this? Only a little bit show. Tampons will also be dependent on each body, so keep that in mind. But again, I am hoping that you have a very positive, just as good as a positive experience as I am having with those. That's it for lifestyle. You can bring the kids back in the room, and everything else is G. I promise. G rated. Next is brushes. Now I have been using these clear, see, always dropping something, clear handle brushes from E.L.F. I am so in love with these brushes. This is the brush that I keep talking about. It's dirty because I actually used it for my contour today. So this is the Stipple brush here. Whatever brush I think you get, I feel that you will like. I have the very big one here that I use for, primarily I use it for bronzer. I use big brushes for bronzer because it just really buffs and blends it out. And then if I want to take some blur powder, if I want to take some powder foundation too, you know, the days I don't wear any makeup, and then I can use this brush for that as well. So I like this one. And then I have this one, which is, I believe it's marketed as a highlight brush. So you can use it as a highlighter brush. I've used it a few times that way, but what I like it for is for my finishing powders, my glow powders, and blur powders, because it precisely gets, oh, that's the name of it, Beautifully Precise. I think that's in the title. It precisely gets into the areas that it needs to get into. These, I would say, are the top 3 that I would recommend as far as you know, trying them out. But again, go by the size and brushes that you feel based on your makeup application. Next up is a cleansing water. This is from the brand Simple. It is their Water Boost Micellar Cleansing Water. So I picked this one out because I saw at the top it said dehydrated dry skin. When I use this water to remove makeup, or just if I don't have any makeup on at the end of the day and before I actually will go wash my face, I'll still use cleansing water just to get sunscreen, whatever is still on my face. I saw this with this water. Not only did it get everything off my face, and nothing eye makeup, because I don't use this water to remove eye makeup. So this removes the makeup well. I did purposely wait a little bit before I wash my face, kind of go off and do some stuff just to, again, see, is my skin going to feel tight? Is it going to feel like it needs hydration and moisture? And it felt fine. It felt clean, but it just felt like water was still on my skin. I don't know how to describe it, but I really do enjoy this. They do have different formulas. They have one for oily skin. They have one if you've got a combo skin, but the dehydrated one, I believe it's fairly new. That's the one I plan on sticking with. Now, I also have a foundation favorite as well. Now, I've been using up the samples that I have. I had another sample, this is my last one, of the Bare Minerals BarePro Performance Wear Liquid Foundation. My friend Candace, she made a believer in me because, like I said in, I believe, another video when I was talking about this, I'll pay Bare Minerals dust. I do. Whatever. I even noticed that when I put my foundation on today, like I'm wearing MAC Studio Fix, you know, old school MAC, I was just like, I like this better. I like how this sits on my skin so much better than that. This just makes the skin still look like skin. Skin-like, very much like Urban Decay's Naked Skin. Like skin, long wear, just the way it sits on my skin, period. It's absolutely fantastic. She made a believer in me, and I will stay with them. And another one that I will stay with is also from Bare Minerals. It's their BareSkin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. Now, this was my pick. So now I told her about this one, and now she's stuck on this concealer. But I only got this one because it was on sale too during their 21 Days of Beauty, and I figured since I like this one so much, I'll try the concealer and see, you know, if it's the same results. And it's just amazing. It's another concealer that, even though it's a serum, don't be like, oh, that's going to be very thin. That's not going to offer coverage. This just looks beautiful under the eyes. Covers what it needs to cover, and I'm talking for myself. And it can also be used to spot conceal. I have many times have just forgone foundation just to use this, spot conceal, go about my day, and it just looks so good on the skin. It just becomes one. Another product I do recommend, and I just can't put it down, and I feel that it is an absolute standout corrector. And my friend who got me hooked on the Bare Minerals, she got me hooked on Dragon Beauty's Skin Perfecting Lotion. This is now the corrector that I definitely am going to keep in my rotation here. I will continue to buy it. It is just something that I enjoy doing, and it actually works on my skin tone. It will cover what it needs to cover. It works well with powders to kind of set it, and then whatever type of product you put on top of it, you know, it will not budge. I have talked about this corrector in my makeup month box video, whichever of these videos goes up first. But one of the things I wanted to also make note of with this corrector is it only comes in one shade. So that is going to be an issue for the various skin tones, because if you're fair, you're pale, you're light skin, you're medium skin, heck, going even into, like, I would say borderline going into tan, this is just going to stay straight up orange on your skin, you know, just orange. But darker skin benefits from this. Just the way it just meshes with my undertone, it becomes another product that becomes one with my skin. We move on to some face powders here by Beauty Bakerie. I have two loose powders. This is the Flower Better Not Bitter setting powder. So I have shade Translucent and I have shade Yellow. I don't feel that there's too big of a contrast in shade between the yellow and the translucent. So I would say moving forward, I'm just going to stick with the translucent. It's not a loose powder that is so incredibly messy where I have to re-clean the desk every time like the Wet n Wild. It's not like that at all. This is a powder that is so incredibly soft on the skin. I can touch under my eyes and it's soft, or on my face. Both the tones fit my skin tone. It also comes in various shades too, so a multitude of skin tones can benefit from this powder. Something that doesn't cake up, it doesn't budge, it's a good loose powder. It's a powder that also I see rival and can rival a lot of the higher end powders out there. So if you're in, let's say, the Ulta where this is now sold, and you're kind of going around and thinking, well, what's a good loose powder that I would pick out? I would direct you, go check out these powders. Or you can be real nice to the Matte girls in Ulta and see if they'll make you a sample. But you didn't hear that from me. Okay, I have three more products. First I'm going to talk about is a brow pencil. This is from E.L.F. This is a brow pencil that I have in my everyday makeup bag, and then I have it right here in the drawer. This is just called a brow pencil. I believe it's $1 or $2. I don't remember as far as with the white packaging, if they've changed it. Has a spoolie that has stayed on, hasn't snapped off. My shade is dark brown. Swivel this up, and that's how much I have left. This is a product, a brow pencil, that I noticed I started comparing as I was decluttering my eyebrow pencils. I was comparing this pencil to a lot of the other product, and it was just so easy just to go buy, you know, donate them, because Benefit pencil and E.L.F.'s brow pencil are absolutely incredible for me, for my brows. And the fact that this is so inexpensive and found wherever E.L.F. is sold, you know, it's a plus. But there's something with this formula. It's the formula that makes this pencil top notch. It reminds me of having a dip brow product, like having something where it's waxier and putting it through your brows. You can still create, I feel that you can still create some sharp lines by, especially the way you hold the pencil, and then you can blend it out so it's soft enough to really blend out into your hairs. But then you can go in with something a lot more precise, and there you go. You don't have to use like a dip brow product or whatnot. So I can use it that way. When I need to be done out of the house fast, I'll reach for this. That's what I've been doing, reaching for this, putting on some brow gel, and being out the door. This next product you've seen me use, talk about, it's usually mentioned in my makeup worn section, and it is the Full Spectrum CoverGirl Cheek and Blush Palette. Now, if CoverGirl, for me, would make just a single of this blush, I would be forever grateful. This blush has blown me away. I don't see a dent in that next year. I don't know. I'm trying to find the brush here that I use. I tend to like this one here from Japanese. Something small, something tapered. Go right in. And I mean, you can use it as a regular blush, but which I will do. But I mix this blush always with whatever blush, excuse me, that I am using, because I contour my blush as well. So I will take this and I just use it in the higher back points, and then I bring it down. That's it. There's like barely any color, as it just kind of blends in with the contour. It is unbelievably perfect. Perfect formula, perfect shade. It looks like, when you really look at it, it looks like it would have some sparkle, or it would look like there's something else in there. It's that perfect satin finish. Absolutely perfect. You have a CVS that has remodeled their beauty section, because CVS is starting to do that now. They now carry the full spectrum line in the store, so you can find those in there now. Then my last product here is my lipstick that stays in my purse. I am just so blown away by this formula by Revlon. It's their HD formula. My lips feel comfortable, has a shine to it, has like a lipstick opacity color to it. It's just beautiful. I really like it. I'm just going to stick with this shade. I'm happy with this shade, and I definitely see myself using it up. Let me see. Let me swivel it up and see how much more I've got left of it. Oh, there's a lot of product in here. So I do keep it in my purse. So when I want to wear a lipstick, let's say I don't have anything on, this is what I put on. As we're going into the new year, I'm not really too sure I'll have December, but of course, I already have been working on my best of 2019. So some of this you're going to see. Some of it, when you get to the category, you're going to be like, I already know what she's going to say. Best of the year. And I've been tracking that early too. So I'm excited to get that out for you too. And on time, this time for you. So let me know if you've tried anything, if you plan on picking up anything, if you already have it, and share your experience down in the comments. I would love to know your thoughts on it. I want to thank everyone for stopping by and watching, spending time with me. As always, I greatly appreciate it. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful evening. And as always, I'm going to see you in the next video. Bye.